This is the story of a machine that burned $10 million a minute for 45 straight minutes. Nobody hacked it. Nobody stole a cent. The company was one of the most important firms on Wall Street, and by the time you finish this video, it will no longer exist. Here's what almost nobody knows. Its own computers sent 97 warnings before the market even opened. Every single one was ignored. Knight Capital was the biggest firm you'd never heard of. When ordinary Americans bought stock through their brokers, those orders didn't go straight to an exchange. They flowed through middlemen, and Knight was the middleman. Roughly 1 out of every 10 shares traded in the United States passed through its machines. 17 years of profits built on one promise: our technology works. The crown jewel was a system called SMARS. Think of it as a dispatcher. A customer hands it one big shopping list, a parent order. The dispatcher breaks it into small errands, child orders, and sends runners to the markets until the list is complete. One tally keeps the whole thing safe. When the list is done, stop sending runners. Remember that tally. This entire disaster lives inside it.
Deep inside SMARS
lived a retired program called PowerPeg. Knight stopped using it in 2003, but never deleted it. In the SEC's exact words, it stayed present and callable. Picture a decommissioned machine still wired into the building's power, behind a switch everyone forgot exists. For 9 years, that ghost sat in production, one flick away from waking up. Then, in 2005, engineers reorganized the code and moved that safety tally, the stop when complete check, to a different part of the system. Efficient. Except nobody retested the ghost. Why would you? It's never supposed to run again. From that day on, if PowerPeg ever woke up, it would send runners forever and never count a single one coming home. And Knight had already been shown its future. October 2011. Leftover test data accidentally drives real quotes on a live Monday morning. The cost? $7.5 million. The response? Fix that one specific bug and move on. The SEC later wrote that Knight reacted narrowly, patching symptoms, never asking the bigger question, what else is loaded and forgotten? Summer 2012. The New York Stock Exchange is launching a new program on August 1st, and Knight must ship new routing code to join. A developer makes the decision that seals the company's fate. Instead of a fresh switch, the new code reuses PowerPeg's old activation flag. Same switch, new label. The plan was to delete the ghost, so the old meaning could never fire. In software, a flag is exactly that. A labeled switch, other code obeys. And a switch with 2 possible meanings is only safe if every machine agrees which one is real. Starting July 27th, a technician installs the new code onto SMARS, by hand, server by server. 8 identical machines share the workload, like 8 cashiers working one line. 7 get the update. On the 8th, the copy simply doesn't happen. No one is assigned to double-check. No written procedure says anyone must. Knight's dispatcher is now 7 machines that read the switch as new program, and 1 that still reads it the old way. Wake the ghost.
August 1st.
8:01 a.m. 89 minutes before the open. Knight's systems start emailing a strange error. Verbatim. PowerPeg disabled. 97 of these messages reach Knight employees before 9:30. But they were never designed as alarms, so no one treated them as alarms. The SEC would later call these 97 emails what they were: a real-time opportunity to stop the disaster before it started. The market opens on schedule. 9:30 a.m. Orders carrying the new flag reach all 8 servers. 7 route them correctly. The 8th flips its switch, and the blind ghost wakes. PowerPeg starts firing child orders, in the SEC's words, in rapid sequence. And because its tally was gutted in 2005, it never registers a single completed fill. Somewhere else in Knight's platform, the system knows the shopping lists are done, but that information never reaches the dispatcher, so it keeps sending runners. 212 customer orders become millions of machine orders. Inside Knight, senior staff can see something is wrong. A catch-all bucket, called the 33 account, is ballooning with positions. But that account collects leftovers from many systems, so no one can tell where the flood is coming from. Their main risk screen, PMON, has no automatic alarms. It's a screen humans have to watch. And under this morning's volume, it lags and spits out inaccurate numbers. They are fighting a fire they can see, with a map that's wrong, while the system stays connected to the market. Then comes the decision that turns a crisis into a catastrophe. The engineers, racing to diagnose it live, conclude the new code must be the problem. So they uninstall it from the 7 servers that were working. Now, every incoming order meets the old meaning of the switch. The ghost isn't on one machine anymore, it's on all 8. The fix just multiplied the fire by 7, and there is no kill switch to reach for. The SEC found Knight had no documented procedure to shut SMARS down at all.
45 minutes.
4 million executions, 397 million shares across 154 stocks. When it finally stopped, Knight was holding $6.65 billion in positions it never intended to own. In 75 of those stocks, this one broken system was more than a fifth of all trading that morning, moving real prices for everyone. You'll see 2 numbers for this disaster, and both are real. Knight told investors the event cost $440 million pre-tax. The SEC, counting the raw trading losses, put it above 460. Either way, more than a year of profit gone before lunch. The stock lost 70% in 2 days. An emergency $400 million rescue, led by Jefferies, bought survival at the price of massive dilution. It only delayed the ending. In December, Knight sold itself to rival GetGo for $3.75 a share. And on July 1st, 2013, Knight Capital ceased to exist. The SEC's $12 million fine was a footnote. The company was the penalty.
So what was the root cause?
Here's the uncomfortable answer. Pick any link and the story never happens. Delete the dead code. Retest after refactoring. Use a fresh flag. Add a 2-person deployment check. Read one of 97 emails. Write down how to hit stop. 6 trivial fixes. The most expensive one costs a day of work. Knight didn't die of a bug. It died of a culture that treated warnings as noise.
17 years to build.
45 minutes to delete. Every billion-dollar disaster has a technical root cause, and it's always smaller than you think.
Next investigation.
1 missing null check, 8.5 million computers down, planes grounded worldwide. Subscribe, and every source, including the SEC's full findings, is in the description.